Hi, Reg.
How you doing, Theodore? And before we get into all this triple-double talk,
Okay.
I just have a question. What if a fan or viewer in the mid-'80s, '90s were able to go back a day later, review film, call Commissioner Stern and or Adam Silver, and decide the outcome of a game? How ridiculous is that? I mean, I really do feel for Lexi because I've looked at that footage over and over again. And again, as you know, I know zero about golf. I've never golfed. I don't know how to golf, but I'm a fan of golfing. And when I look at the video footage, to me, and correct me, am I wrong, is it a matter of inches that she moves her ball?
Yes.
Or places her? I mean, matter of half an inch.
Yeah.
So, number one, whoever called in, get a life. You must be bored. Seriously. You've got to get a better hobby than reviewing a day-old tournament. And for them to call in, snitches get stitches. Seriously. That is ridiculous. It was a matter of inches. I could see a foot or if that happened in the NBA, if fans had the ability to do that, that is ridiculous.
Well, what if somebody calls in and said, you know what, I think you need to look at Brian Russell being pushed off by Michael Jordan? Like,
what?
Right?
Okay, then what if a fan called in and because that was okay? What if a fan called in and said Reggie Miller shoved Michael Jordan on that shot in Game 5 or Game 6 in Market Square Arena, and the league reviewed it and says, you know what, that was an offensive foul. No bucket, Bulls, you win.
Yeah.
Series over in 5. That's kind of what they're saying right there.
But I understand somebody watching and they want to, be the lifeguard for the sport or they want to uphold the integrity. I understand you want to do that. Leagues should not allow that to happen. Once you are finished with your round, you're finished with your round. Whoever noticed or didn't notice, whoever did something or didn't do something, that's it. You're done. There has to be some amount of time that your scorecard's stamped. Whatever happened, you got away with it. We move on.
I might even go as far as if someone would have called in during the tournament, maybe a half hour later or before she got done with her 18 holes and reported it, maybe I'm okay with that. But a day later, while she's somewhere in Cabo with the trophy on the beach, chilling, and then, she gets the phone call. Oh, by the way, Lexi, we got to talk. Can you get on the next flight and bring the trophy back? Here's video proof of you moving your ball a half an inch.
There's one thing I want to bring up to you, Reg.
Yes, sir.
What happened to the eye?
I was training. Well, first of all, let me just say this. Mountain bike competition and riding is a contact sport. It's you versus the trail. And the trail won.
Wow.
I was training for a race in Fontana because I was supposed to work the Final Four weekend, and I was told I wasn't working. So I was like, oh, okay, well, there's a race, and let me go to Fontana and pre-ride the course, which I was doing. That wasn't the problem. I did it, which was very technical and difficult. So I did the course. It was my cool down afterwards. I'm going down a hill, a fire road, which I've gone down many times before. But the trail at the bottom of it turned to sand. It's like quicksand. So I'm going down at a pretty good speed, and it just stopped my bike, threw me over, and everything did what it was supposed to do, the helmet, the shades, but it was a pretty good fall. So fractured my scapula, as you saw, a little shiner. But if you never crash, if you never fall in mountain biking, then you're not a real mountain biker. So it's a badge, and you learn from it, and you move on. Crashes happen. I love it.
Not able to shoot for a while, right?
Well, it was my left scapula. The right one is still okay. I'm a one-handed shooter right now.
Okay. Now, you texted me an hour ago saying, I definitely want to get into this MVP Russell Westbrook conversation. What is it that you want to say about this?
Remember a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, we were talking about Westbrook and were there any other candidates. All year long, I've said Westbrook was my MVP.
Yep.
And remember that 4-game stretch he had when he lost to I believe it was Portland twice. At the time, they weren't in the playoffs. And then they went and lost to Phoenix, and then they lost to Dallas, all in a row. And I was like, if you're going to be the MVP, you can't lose those 4 games in a row. And then they rebounded, and they went on to win like 6 or 7, and he had these unbelievable games. I'm here to say this. If Westbrook does not win MVP, the NBA should fold. I'm serious. And I know I heard a few of your comments about people putting too much stock into the triple-double. Man, this is unbelievable what this young man has done this year. And seriously, the league is rigged if he does not win MVP. He's got to win MVP. I'm putting that much stock in what he does each and every night.
Okay, but if Reggie, if Harden averaged a triple-double, would you be saying the same thing? He's 2 rebounds away from doing that, but
then go get the 2 rebounds then.
But maybe that's not important to him. It feels like it's more important to Russell Westbrook.
How is it more important to Russell Westbrook and not James Harden?
Well, I think that given what he's doing, I think it feels like Houston being a better team, that's not part of what's going on. Whereas Westbrook, it almost feels like that's what he needs to do every single game. I'm going to go out and get a triple-double to help my team. Harden doesn't have to do that. I think in Westbrook's mind, he does have to do all of those different things. He has to have assists and points and rebounds. Harden does not. Harden is 2 rebounds away from a triple-double per game. And
so are we going to penalize Westbrook for what you just said? Should he be penalized for that? Because each and every night he goes out there and he has to do that for his team to win?
But you know that triple-doubles aren't all created equal here. And there are Harden games that aren't triple-doubles that are better than some of these triple-doubles with Russell Westbrook. His team is so much better this year than last year. I know that Westbrook lost Durant, but losing Durant allowed him to do a whole lot more. He doesn't have to. It's his team. He does whatever he wants. Harden has made his teammates better with the number of assists he has and their record. I think that's why he's going to win it. I'm fascinated with Westbrook. I understand, what this means in the history of the game. So how am I penalizing Harden because he's not averaging a triple-double that he can't win the MVP?
Both are deserving, along with LeBron James. I think he gets lost in the shuffle here on the campaign that he's had this season as well. But to me, it's a 2-man race, Harden, Westbrook. So from what I'm understanding, you're going with James Harden, correct?
I think he'll win it.
I'm going with Russell Westbrook, and I'm so far to say this.
Okay.
If James Harden wins, I will donate $5,000 to your charity, the charity of your choice.
That'd be the Danettes.
Okay. If I win, I want for a week-long show all y'all to wear 31 jerseys every single day for the 4-hour show. That's simple.
Okay.
I have no voting in this. I don't vote for MVP.
I don't either.
I'm just going by my opinion. I think Russell Westbrook should win MVP because this is something that has not been done in 52 years.
Yeah.
You got to take that into consideration, too.
But Oscar didn't even win the MVP that year.
He did not. I know. It was Russell. And let's go a step further. Wilt Chamberlain was averaging 50 points that year and did not win MVP that year.
Now, it's been brought to my attention by the Danettes. Can we wear any jersey that has the number 31? So, like, like Dave Winfield, Greg Maddux.
Okay, I will say this. Yes, all 31s that are in the Hall of Fame. So that would be Maddux.
Winfield.
Winfield, he is in the Baseball Hall of Fame, yes.
Mike Piazza.
All famous 31 jerseys, whoever is in a Hall of Fame, in whatever sport they do, all week long. Right. And or whoever your charity is, 5K.
Okay. All right.
Is that fair?
I love it. Yes.
Fair enough.
One other item, the LeBron yelling at Tristan Thompson last night during a timeout.
Happens. Happens.
Yeah.
Emotions.
Like I don't know. It seems like it's being made out to be a bigger deal. He does apologize about it, but I don't even need the apology, dude. You're playing hard. It happens. You're yelling at each other.
Hey, the way that the Cavs have played the last 3 weeks, You can see a sense of desperation, and they're not playing up to expectations. They've lost that number one seed in the East to Boston, and they're not playing their best going into the playoffs. And there's a sense of desperation, and emotions happen.
If I gave you
see that.
If I gave you the Cavs of the field in the East right now,
I'm still taking LeBron James.
okay. If I gave you
what you're saying to me is one of those teams, Boston, Washington, and we are covering the Eastern Conference Finals this year. One of those teams have to beat LeBron James 4 times.
yes.
That's what makes it very, very difficult. You have to beat him 4 times.
I like how you said LeBron. You didn't say the Cavs.
Well, I mean, hey.
Yeah. Okay, if I gave you Golden State or the field in the West.
It's a different story. I have to see how Kevin Durant comes back.
He'll be fine.
Yeah,
He'll be fine.
It's a knee.
He'll be fine.
He's never had a major injury like this before.
No, he had a foot injury.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
All right. So,
we'll see.
So
he did not have these type of expectations upon him because it's championship or bust, right?
Yes.
He's got to win a championship.
Now, I want you to tell James Harden what our bet is on Monday night, next Monday night, when you do the Clippers-Rockets.
And for those people that are listening, watching, for all those people that are watching and listening, because I am doing the Houston game on the 10th,
yeah.
it's not like I'm rooting for Russell Westbrook because I love James Harden too. I'm just looking at the whole body of work, a guy that's averaged a triple-double all season long, and the numbers that have gone along to accompany those numbers.
I
love James Harden. I love what he's done. I love what the Rockets have done. Don't get me wrong.
Save it. Just save it for Harden when you see him. You don't have to tell us anything.
Okay. All right. And you just be sure you guys.
I'm ready.
So Winfield, Maddox,
Grant Fuhrer, Mike Piazza.
Oh, man, this is going to be great. All week long, Monday to Friday, y'all just switch out jerseys.
Yep, and I might even take down your jersey out of the frame and wear that one. It says break glass in case of emergency. This would be an emergency.
This would be that.
All right. Who do you have tonight, by the way?
Who will or who do I want?
Who's going to win?
North Carolina will probably win, but it'd be good to see Gonzaga win it. I mean, I'm 5 minutes from Pepperdine. That will help the WCC conference. That'll help Pepperdine. That helps, the Cinderella teams. So it would be nice to see Gonzaga win, but North Carolina probably should and will win.
All right.
All right.
Enjoy the week off.
You're the best.
Thank you, Reg. That's Reggie Miller, all fired up there. And I want people to understand. What did I tell you about Russell Westbrook? That's the one guy I would pay to see. I'm just trying to handicap how the voters are going to see this, and I think they're going to vote James Harden. If Russell Westbrook wins, awesome. I couldn't care less.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.